When an estranged relative comes back into your life and acts like nothing happened, well, that can hurt more than the silence did. They might be smiling and hugging, and they act like they don't have a problem with you anymore. But there's a problem. They're just not wanting to talk about it right now. They might not understand their own trauma. They might think that you're not going to hear them without defending yourself or steamrolling them. They might not feel they'll have a voice. And they're worried that something that was so painful to them will now become all about your pain, all about you being cut off. And when they don't acknowledge the estrangement, it invalidates your pain. It's like you're being treated like you've been walking around for years with this imaginary wound. But let's be clear, if it wasn't real, then why did it hurt so bad? That wasn't a we both got busy situation. It wasn't a missed text. You didn't drift, you were cut off. They act like nothing happened, but it's not bitterness for you to hold on to the truth that this was very destructive for you, extremely traumatic. But right now they can't hear about that because focusing on your pain would make them feel like their own pain is being dismissed. Estrangement is so painful for both sides. That's the truth. When they reconnect and say nothing about the estrangement, they're just doing the thing that will cost them the least. And that might be all they can afford right now, because if they talk about it, they're opening up the old wound. They're talking about the thing that they couldn't talk about back then. If it was processed and healed now, then they'd be able to talk about it. They'd be able to explain what happened. They'd be able to hold their ground enough to hear your side of the story. But they can't because it's not healed. And just showing up for now might be the best that they can do. Remember, the reason they called this estrangement was because of their pain. And it's the same reason they can't talk about it now. You can't fully understand the pain they've been in, and they can't fully understand what shunning you has done to you. So now we have a situation where nobody's attacking each other, but nobody's healing either. They want to see you again, but they don't want to risk that old wound being touched because that old wound's still alive. But now we have a ceasefire where everyone's basically sleeping with one eye open because trust is gone. Usually that trust is going to leak out in subtle ways, keeping you at a distance so that they'll feel safe. We're in the same room together, but there's still that gap between us. Our nervous systems still see each other as a threat, and we're still both struggling with guilt and shame and trying to work out who'll take responsibility. It will help you if you can understand that that other person may not be able to give you what you need to heal right now. Their old wound is still running the room. It's still quietly setting the rules. Look, it is offensive that they want to come back into your life and act like nothing happened. But they may not be coming from a heartless or callous place. They may be coming from limitation. They still have pain too, even if they're smiling. Them showing up anyway is a start. It's not perfect, it's not pain-free, but when somebody's hurting, a start might be all they can do. Thanks for listening.